Zuckerberg. I must say, I feel sorry for this guy because Facebook has been.
I don't really.
Yeah.
I mean,
No?
carry on.
I mean, yeah, because Facebook has been going through a ton of like its negative headlines pretty much the whole year. And I think, the latest sort of headline pretty much sums up what everyone feels he should do, which is to resign as Facebook's chairman. Now, I think the reason which sort of triggered this is apparently there's claims that Facebook has been using a PR firm called Definers to research on rivals and release certain articles to news companies and that sort of stuff. So yeah, and that's obviously a very controversial thing to do as a big company. But even
very unethical.
Yeah, very, that's the word, unethical.
Very unethical.
And apparently their lobbying techniques haven't been that great either.
They're even worse.
Yeah. So, but I know, but before this, I know Facebook had problems with their privacy issues during the year. So I mean,
Analytica.
yeah, with that. So I mean, where do you see Facebook going from here? And do you see Mark Zuckerberg resigning?
I think he should. I think the problem hasn't been stemmed from the last year. It's not been stemmed from 2015, which is what the Analytica stuff was actually dating back to. I think the issue started is the type of person he is. He is a very unethical person. Think about how Facebook actually came about. The guy that made the idea sued him, first off, because he stole the idea. He's got no ethics. He's got no respect for people's privacy. All he does is just wants to make money.
Wow.
He's very money driven. Like you can see it through. Like him himself, what he puts out there is actually very good on like PR ways or whatever. But I think when you come down to the core of it, like how Facebook was started, it was started on unethically. Let's be serious. Like.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
the thing is this guy. He doesn't give a shit about people's privacy. He's openly admitted that.
Really? When?
He has said, not openly admitted. He said something along the lines of, if you use Facebook, then you should be thingy. When this was back in 2015 when they had the issue.
Yeah, there was
Analytic.
thing if you Google people's name, they took it off now that their Facebook account comes up as the first thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if it's true, but it said Facebook was set up by the government or government officials to get to know about people's life. And it has
It's the biggest, it's the best way to FBI
Facebook has been, in relationship court. Facebook has been the detective eye of a lot of people. I would do. I go on Facebook, find out about people or find out about a girl I like, or so in terms of like finding information.
Even employees look up people on Facebook before they
you can
them.
Go on someone's Facebook and find out a lot about their life, right?
Yeah.
And I think that at first that was the main thing why people didn't jump on it because they didn't want to expose themselves too much. And I don't know, but Facebook has been taken to court in terms of like what people post or what people say, and they've captioned it and put it in court. So
I mean, if I was a government body, I'd love Facebook. I'd love to own Facebook. You wouldn't.
But saying that there is government people and police that access Facebook on a whole different level. You got to get to know that as well. There's like a different kind of internet that they log on to as well. I believe. What do you call it, black internet or something?
The dark
net.
Yeah.
That's criminals, man.
Well, governments are criminals in my opinion.
No, yeah, government. I think they used to use it. I think they used to use it for the military.
Because when people do cyberbullying and all this porn stuff, that's how they catch them. It's for all of this kind of stuff, the IP addresses and how people log on to what device, and so there's a lot of stuff into it.
Yeah, I mean.
But the thing on Facebook is, I think they have the most personal data than any other company in the world. But
obviously, yeah.
But the thing is, even though a lot of people bash Facebook for all their privacy issues and that sort of stuff, there is a good side to it.
Facebook is amazing. Yeah, Facebook is great.
Absolutely,
it is great.
And I've heard that they're currently looking at ways in which Facebook users can interact with one another through VR.
Yeah.
So if they are able to implement that, like people can communicate from across the world, pretty easily, and the data that Facebook collects on its users also helps companies to effectively market their products and services. You know what I'm saying, because not only is it cost effective, because I mean, you use Facebook ads quite often, isn't it?
Facebook ads are fantastic. They're amazing. For an impression, you can get it for a penny. As a multinational company, you'd be looking at, if you would be advertising anywhere else, you'd be looking at like, what is it, £20 per 1,000 impressions, so 2p an impression.
Look at that.
So you are making a massive reduction.
And the thing is, those 1,000 impressions are super targeted.
They're super targeted. They're not like on TFL. They're not. It's just not traditional market. Traditional market is still relevant.
It's based on their preferences.
But it's based on people's preferences.
Yeah.
What people are searching. It's amazing for advertisers. Absolutely amazing. The targeting is so. It's a whole nother level. I mean, you could track all your conversions.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need to have this. Like, if you ever see on Tube, they give you like a discount code, and it'll be like Tube 10 or Tube 20 or something like that, and that's so that they can track where the conversions are coming from.
Yeah.
So, is this advert? Is it actually converting anybody? Like, we're getting the impressions because people use the tubes every day. There's no way you cannot get impressions on the tube, right? Even if you get one impression a day, like you still get impressions, right?
But on that note, because if you have an ad on the tube, there's no way to track.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So what you do is you have the offer code, which is what you use to track.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, but let's say for example, you have an ad on the tube and 1,000 people see it, right? But only 50 people actually use the code. You can't track 1,000 people.
It's not accurate. It's not accurate at all. It's not accurate.
So,
I know what you're talking about. So if you had like 50 people use the code, but then you had like 500 people
actually see it,
do it, but forgot the code, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you still got 500 people that you can't pin to anything.
Yeah.
Whereas if you got like traffic in, like when you use Facebook, you can see how much it costs per conversion. So instead of doing it 50 people have seen this ad and they've done the offer code, you can actually it's over 550 people rather than just over the 50 people. So we can make, so now you're working out how much money, how much profit that actually brought in. Which is just so much more targeted, so much more accurate on the calculations, so much more accurate on the impressions. It's cheaper. As a small business, I won't even be looking at offline.
Yeah, I think that in terms of
traditional, saying that traditional marketing is still relevant. Big companies like Pretty Little Liars and not Pretty Little Liars, Pretty Little Thing. Yeah, they have the biggest advert campaign on fucking on the tubes. It's still relevant. People still,
if you can afford it.
If you can afford it. But if you're only looking for £20 for 1,000 impressions, it's not that bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And because of
the thing is because where they place the ads as well on the tube, it's better than a bus. Because on a tube, you go down the station, you see it there. Like you won't recognise it when you're waiting for the tube. You see it on the front of the wall. But what happens is with an advert like that, you see it, you just glance at it, you don't really recognise it. You recognise it, but you don't clock it. Then what happens is you see it again and you go, oh look, it's a Pretty Little Thing, and then you clock it again and you see the picture of the woman or the clothes, and then you see it again and you're like, and it paints a big picture. And then once you've done that 3-step process, you just have to then keep it in the person's mind and keep it fresh. Is how it's worked, how it's best worked. Which is why the tubes, like if you're going to be advertise on the tubes, that's the best.
But the thing is,
as long as you're relevant,
then they got to prioritise.
Yeah. It depends on what you're doing. Like if you're B2C, advertise on the tubes because your demographics are a lot broader than B2B. B2B, I just do LinkedIn and set up events.
Where they're going to be, But I was just going to say, in terms of the growth of Facebook, it's always happened with the guy with Apple, right? Steve Jobs. The company got so big that it turned against him, and it seems like now that's what happened to Facebook. Is like they brought WhatsApp, they brought Instagram, and to be honest, I see Facebook going in the next 5 years only because I don't know, just have too many features and too many stuff going on. Instagram has become more easier because they haven't got so many features.
I think
get lost in it.
But doesn't Facebook own Instagram?
Facebook owns.
I think they own a bit of it. I don't think they own the whole thing. I think they own.
I think they own the whole.
Oh, they own the whole thing.
They own the whole
Okay.
thing.
Because a lot of the features are the same. The story.
Yeah.
But Facebook, people go to Facebook for a certain reason. People use Instagram for a certain reason.
True.
And the two reasons are completely different. So like, if I was going to set up a course and sell a course, I'm doing so much talking right now.
It's alright, man.
If I was doing
You
it,
missed the last one. So
I've got so much time to catch up on that.
you have to get extra 2 hours now.
yeah. You ready for this, guys? Right? So if I was going to set up a course, I would set it up on Facebook groups because you have the unit feature, and then on the back end you have the Q&A sessions. You could make it so much better. Like,
So the courses you do on Facebook, aren't they?
one course I've done is on Facebook, which is about Facebook, how to double your engagement by a guy called Ben Perry. If you learn about Facebook engagement, he's the guy to go to. Just shout out to him, free advertising for him. He's based in America. He's amazing. He talks about the 3 brains. He talks about how people use social media.
America, that's why I want to go to America.
Yeah. He's based over in
That's where it's at.
Florida. Is the best place to be. That's
Oh,
where
is it?
they all are.
Florida, New York.
That's where John Witten is. That's where Grant Cardone is. That's in Miami.
Okay. Alright.
They all seem to be in Florida in one way or another. But they're amazing. But America's bigger. Like, because it's bigger, you've got more demographic. You've got more people to sell to.
Do you guys know who's next? Like, say if Zuckerberg doesn't leave tomorrow, who's next to his place? Because I know he has family members and other people. And so you're saying,
they keep it completely out.
Okay, but look, but here's the thing. Mark Zuckerberg, he owns 28% stake in the company, so he has all the power. Like, I don't, you can't fire him. To be fair, he
can make a petition and stuff and try and get people.
No, they can force. They can force him out on legal terms.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You have to have a justifiable reason, right?
If you have to have a justifiable reason, and if you took it to court and you won, the person has to step down. I'm pretty sure. Because he only owns 28%.
Like Elon Musk.
Because he only owns 28%. You have to have a justifiable reason. So, if you thought like people like for Mark Zuckerberg, I would be going on the point of I think people's privacy is at stake, and hammer on that because obviously you have the backlash of the whole past year of PR of him just being absolutely fucking butt fucked for privacy.
Do you think it's because he's, for me, one of the first generational young entrepreneurs that's really successful? So maybe he's like gonna get
the issue is
so much. They want to make an example out of him that young people can emotionally handle all of this PR and stress. Maybe if he was older, maybe he might be able to deal with it. It seems like he's not crumbling under it. But it seems like he really has.
He's not crumbling under
time.
it. The issue he's got, right? He's got the hardest job ever, right?
Yeah.
He's got the hardest job ever because, like, you know when they did the 3-hour Senate smash where they were asking him all them questions and they did it over 2 days and they Facebook lived it. And then he went in front of Congress and was talking about the Analytica.
Well,
he was basically teaching congressmen about the fucking internet. Right, you're talking about people that don't use Facebook. You're talking about people that don't even have a Facebook account. And he's trying to teach them about online. They don't understand what they're talking about. They don't know. Like, this is why Congress had such big backlash off of that. They weren't asking them the questions that they needed to be asking him. They were basically, because of the lack of understanding, the lack of knowledge of what they were saying, the questions they were asking were basically pussyfooting around it because they needed to understand the whole internet sphere first. You probably talk about people that are more likely they don't even know how to turn a computer on. I think there was one congressman that turned around and said, I don't even know how to turn a computer on. Because he just has people that do stuff for him. And he doesn't need to touch a computer. It's like Richard Branson. He doesn't need to touch a computer because he just pays someone.
Fair enough.
He just talks and then somebody else does it. That's the issue. And that's the biggest issue.
What's the future of Facebook though? I don't know what this. Because this is definitely going to change Facebook, though, 100%.
Facebook is going to change.
Facebook.
Because when Jobs died, they said that's when Apple went like. I don't know.
Apple's gone shit.
Went shit, like.
Apple's gone shit. Apple has
as soon
gone
as
shit.
Jobs died, obviously someone took over and Apple just went down. Like, it wasn't so.
It's not the same, innit?
It's
not the same.
It's not the same.
It's still growing revenue and people are still buying the product.
Yes, but
the thing is, Steve Jobs, he was behind the whole designing and branding part of Apple. So obviously his creativity, no one can replace that. But when it comes to Facebook is more about usability.
Yeah.
I'm saying so. So if
People don't use Facebook for Mark Zuckerberg.
No, of
Yeah.
course not. No, of course not.
Whereas people used
Apple
Apple for Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Steve Jobs is.
It's the same as
designing.
Microsoft as well. People use Microsoft because of Bill Gates. Bill Gates has a heavy.
Really?
Name.
He's got a heavy name, yeah. Look at IBM. IMB.
IBM, yeah.
They've gone down to shit because they haven't got a face of the company.
Okay.
At one point, IBM was growing faster than Microsoft, but then Microsoft overtook IBM. And they grow year on year on year.
And then
but IBM is going down.
They used to be the biggest computer, my uncle was saying.
Biggest
Apple
computers.
was-
They were the godfathers.
They were.
They are the
Apple
godfather
was,
of.
really rubbish.
That's where it all
Over
started,
time-
like Bell
That's why I
Labs.
respect Apple, because Apple grew for years before it was like the dominant one, and he didn't give up on his company, he didn't give up on his brand, and he went for the ups and downs. They fired him, so you know his jobs went through so much.
The only reason
Yeah,
why
it's
Jobs got fired. The only reason why Jobs got fired is because he had an argument with someone, with them, about a user guide.
Was that it?
How to use?
What?
Yeah, he was making it very complicated. I'm pretty sure it is one of the reasons that added to it.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And that's what it was like.
Wow.
Dominantly. Which is just a stupid thing. It was like a stupid argument. And the thing is, he was very good friends with one of the investors. I don't know if it was an investor or co-founder.
Yes, it's Steve Wozniak.
Yeah, he was very good friends with them, and they had this argument, and it destroyed the whole friendship.
I swear the first time he left, Apple struggled, and then they literally begged him to come back.
Begged him to come back,
isn't it? So
they left and they begged him to come back because the
Well,
company
I
wasn't set.
think years ago, all the geeks and all that was in that. My uncle's a real geek, right? So he was in terms of like who Steve Jobs was, and I'm not gonna lie, until he died, I didn't really go into the history of like what he done.
Same.
You know, I was in uni when he died, right? 2012 when Macs were like everybody had a Mac, like nobody wanted PCs at that time, and that Apple phone, and it was just all about the iPhone and this. Like everybody had it. It was so popular. And
I mean, the thing is, what happened there is because Apple were predominantly the first people to bring out the modern day smartphone. They were the first.
they were the first people. Yeah,
They were the
When
first.
you're the first at anything, you always capitalize the most. That's
And
what
then-
I said.
yeah.
I think my dad was like,
Yeah.
yesterday I was at the house and he's like, Jerome, he's on the phone. I said, Dad, this is not a phone anymore. Like, this is literally
A laptop.
a portable internet device. Like, this is, that's why I'm so engaged. He goes, he doesn't understand. He said, I've had phones since 1970. We never used to be in a phone. But I said, Dad, this is just what we, this is our life today.
This is
You
it.
can't.
Times have changed, man.
Yeah, the phone is
Yeah.
everything now. Literally, I can do a lot from my phone. I can book an event, book a flight. I can get anything. I can do anything. So,
Literally.
anything else on the Facebook topic?
Real quick though, I wanted to go back to the future of Facebook, right?
Yeah, go.
Because, right now Facebook have 2 billion users across the globe. That's a third of the world population, and there's currently about 2 million companies that use Facebook for advertising, right? So even if Mark Zuckerberg leaves, right,
It's not going to die.
it won't die.
It won't die.
If it does die, it will take 10 to 15 years for that to happen.
15? Wow.
Yeah, got 2 billion users. Come on, bro.
That's true.
I'm saying
People, and
So,
the thing is
All you need
people.
to do is create a rival duplicate, and then people jump to it.
Well,
with a couple of nice features.
I have thought about it.
Yeah.
Doing it
Have you?
as a paid service instead.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So we get people to pay like £5, but then you don't get the ads because you're paying for the membership. £5 a month, it's nothing.
Oh, fair
But the issue you got is Facebook's free, and you're
I
trying to
remember
get
there was
paid.
a rumour that they was going to charge for it. I never forget that. Everyone was like, "Hey, Facebook's going to charge on this date." And
Is it?
It was just a rumour.
Oh, right.
It didn't happen.
Of course it wouldn't. You wouldn't pay for that because they make the thing
Some
is
people would. The thing about
some people
Facebook
would.
is part of everyday life. I me myself, I log on every single day.
I wouldn't pay for Facebook.
I wouldn't pay for it, but I go on it every day. So now you got to get that adjustment of just having it for free and not. Even now they've got this thing on YouTube. You know, you can still watch videos. They got this thing on YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube Premium, innit?
Premium,
Yeah.
yeah.
That I have. And
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
But
Bro, you don't have to keep skipping ads and shit, man. Oh, sorry.
Don't worry.
No, the mic innit, but
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
but I get Google Chrome ad blocker and I don't have no YouTube ads.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Serious?
Go Google, put ad blocker, and then go on the website, download the app, and then literally every website you go on, as you can see in the right hand corner, every app, everything that comes up, every little pop-up ad goes in. Some of them goes at 100 and something in a day. It's ridiculous. Pop-ups, especially for my special sites, you know.
We'll keep that off the podcast.
Yeah,
that's for another podcast.
You gotta be honest, man.
Or video, I suppose. Yeah, I know about ad blockers.
It's only in Google.
I didn't realise.
Safari or Firefox.
I didn't realise.
And even then as well, Google are really smart because they made their own bloody internet, bro. But, you know, I don't really like the fact that now it's all linked now. You know, if I log on now my Google account, it all links to this and the computer.
I think it works really well. I like it, but there is the fact that they watch everything.
Yeah, my friend was saying that it's getting really scary. It's like it's giving me no privacy. Like already Google got cameras everywhere. Yeah. They can follow people's IP address and look at everyone's history on their computer. Your phone is all less trackable. My friend caught his girlfriend cheating for his phone because Google is connected to your phone now. So if you've got your locations on and everywhere you go, it says where you go. So you've got your history on your Google because Google's linked to your phone. It's all mad. On this day you was there, it says it on Google and she goes, oh my God. She was like, oh wow. And it was like 2 years ago. So how much information? So when
Google's been doing it for years.
My phone is connected to my Google email, and then basically that's connected to my phone, which is technically all one thing, basically, right? And then when I go anywhere from bloody WeWork to Ealing, it knows where.